On the road looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that. So, Bill Simmons, don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Bucks. Here with their Milwaukee fans, and then back on the road. Well, they're certainly excited about this one. They'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. Two top-caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
Yeah, some of the fellas will say, this is just like any other game, but the truth is, nah, it isn't.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. And it's Allen in at the 3 slot. Outside for Redick. Shot clock at 5. Here's McGee. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Redick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
Now here's Allen. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision in LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And
whoa! Goodness.
Wow. Easy to see why Levine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos.
Their first miss after a perfect 4-for-4 start. Still, I really like the game plan they've come out with.
And then Allen slams it in.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
For the Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena. Ulis kicks to Antetokounmpo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Green passes to Ulis. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Bulls trail by 6. Dunn kicks to Carter. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Markkanen passes to Allen. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offer scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids
let's
love
move
it.
with the
They
times.
cannot get enough of these games.
No, every college should have esports.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Connaughton's checked in, and he gets the bucket. Allen's got his second basket.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
The drive by Green. Here's Connaughton, and another basket for Milwaukee. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. 6-point game. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his first foul. Now, here's Ulis. Dunn covering. They kick it out to Green. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Allen dishes to Markkanen. Back to Allen. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Allen's got 6.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Green. Not going to go that time. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that 3.
Yeah, it looks good when it's going in, but they definitely force some. Overall, pretty inaccurate from out there.
Ulis kicks to Redick. Buries it down low. 5 points in the game.
Not just the shooter, Redick can also get inside, effective at exploiting holes in the defense.
Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Now, here's Ulis. He's tightly guarded, and he's able to get it back. Bulls trail by 5. On the wing, Levine. Here's Dunn. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about it from one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get-out-of-my-way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Akers checked in for JaVale McGee. Tony Snell comes in for J.J. Redick. And Drews subbed in for Ulis. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Marjanovic checked in for Carter. Parker comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Zach LaVine. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Chris Dunn. Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs. What's your take on that?
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college, so I really hope it happens. No, listen, the world changes every decade.
I know.
And you got to change with it. And the reality is esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting, and as a spectator event, that's been building. So why wouldn't that work for college?
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer.
Well, Kevin, speed will be on display this evening. He told his players, get out and transition every chance they get and try to turn this into a track meet. We'll see if they can have their running shoes on tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. The Bucks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. The Bucks have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. Chicago leading by 6. Taking a look at the Bulls. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Dunn and LaVine are the guard set. And it's Allen in at the 3. And it's Dunn in the corner. Releases. There's Allen. That's good on the assist from Dunn. And 12 points for Allen.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
With some arc, down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
LaVine up top, covered by Redick. Here's Allen, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Allen's got the lead, back up to 8 now for the Bulls.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree. But for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. Mm-hmm. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
Well, you challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And
that's
you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
And it's Dunn in the corner. Allen outside. Kicks to Markkanen. Passes it to Carter. Poked away. It's thrown by to Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, all these guys, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people, and they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble, and they're comfortable.
Plus, maybe they've kind of grown up with you, though, too. You know what? You've been relevant for many years.
Well,
they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown for that's that. They might not have read me, but they remember like that year I was with Jalen Rose, you know. But what's weird is
I think you'd be surprised. More of I think.
Well, you know this too. When you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA.
Oh, really?
I think that's true. Yeah, I think it's like, oh, he's on TV, he's okay. And maybe they don't agree with you all the time, but you've passed some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think that TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
Oh, 100%.
2K. This is it. I'm stamping you right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
The Bucks building the roster around length and athleticism, Bill. That was a key reason they drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but I mean, I did that draft. He went 15th. And basically, it looked like he was playing in the YMCA against ninth graders. We had no idea.
In the Greek League.
Yeah, after the lottery, you're throwing stuff against the wall. It was right around the right time to take him. I don't think they had any idea what they took. And also, he grew 3 inches after they took him.
It's amazing.
It is one of the most unbelievable draft picks in the history of the league. It really is. They drafted not just the best player in that draft at pick 15, but they drafted one of the franchise players of this decade with this flyer pick on this 6'9" dude from Greece, and was a success story even if he became an all-star. And it's gone way beyond that.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Hits it from three-point range. Connaughton's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Dunn passes to Levine. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Bulls shooting their first free throw of the evening.
I mean, he's a versatile player who can come play either guard position. I mean, Levine continues to impress as the years go on.
Right side, Antetokounmpo. The shot's good. Antetokounmpo's got 9.
If you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Here's Levine, and the jam by Levine.
That's the specialty of Levine's. I mean, if you're the defense, you got to know he's looking to dunk it home. Make a poster on you.
Bucks trail by 14, and stolen by Dunn. Right side, Levine. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 5 assists tonight.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, you know, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, you know, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
Here's Allen, and then Allen slams it in.
And it's important that marketing develops his floor awareness. I mean, passes like that go a long way.
And so Ulis will bring it up for Milwaukee. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Here's Allen. Makes it off the glass. Allen's got 12 points now in the quarter. And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on. You know, I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were tape delayed.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple years in LA, I think CBS was only showing like 6 or 7 regular season games.
Sunday afternoons.
In the playoffs, they would bump him off.
Yep.
USA, I think, got the contract in maybe 1982, but for the most part, like, I love George Gervin. I probably saw him play in person twice, and I saw him on TV maybe 10 times, 12 times. And now I could watch Giannis every day. And if Giannis dunks, I could see it on Twitter 5 minutes later, 5 seconds later.
It's amazing.
So I think people are lucky. You guys should appreciate how lucky you are out there.
And teams have nights like this when the shots that usually drop just won't go down. That's when you have to rely on your defense, and that's the only way to stay in the game.
He kicks it to Evans. Back to Allen. Evans outside. Allen left side. 6 on the shot clock. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Bulls making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
And Greg, a lot of great sports writers out there, also great commentators. And then there's Bill Simmons. He's kind of carved out his own category.
You know, Bill once said he will never write a traditional sports column, and he stayed true to that. He writes from the viewpoint of the passionate sports fan and brings that to his commentary as well. All
right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Magic was terrific. He finished with 48 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. Yeah, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Oh, yeah. Once he got him on the ropes, he never let them off the hook. It was full-speed energy basketball at his greatest.
Here's Drew. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Parker kicks to Marjanovic. It's Allen on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Green. No good from 11 feet. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from AI.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. JaVale McGee is out there with Green. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Ulis, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the small forward. NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days. Chris, how much do former teammates know about defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Kevin. You were right in your assumption that, listen, the former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, you know, the first thing guys do after they get their water, They play one-on-one. And so you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how they get into a rhythm. We're all creatures of habit. Let's remember what Kevin Durant did. Remember how he came down on the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did? Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right to left setup. And so if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand out the cookie jar, not to gamble. It gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next to get that bucket. Any piece of information matters. And yeah, you've been practicing against them. That's a good thing.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
He committed just one turnover in the first half, but now seems like they just keep on coming. He got to get a handle on that ball.
Now, here's Ulis. Dunn covering. Ulis kicks to Redick. Antetokounmpo against Allen. Chalk up 2 there. 13 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make. He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Ulis kicks to Antetokounmpo. Over Allen. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Chicago with the ball. Dunn with it. He's got 5 to the paint. That's good from Allen on the assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so Ulis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to Green. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Markkanen against Antetokounmpo. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Levine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
No fear trying his luck inside. You know he has hops.
Chicago shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Timeout called the Bucks. The Bulls traded away a superstar in Jimmy Butler, but in return, among other assets, the number 7 pick, which Chris turned out to be Markkanen.
Well, listen, Markkanen is one of my favorite players. He can become a star in his own right. He's a 7-footer that can stretch the floor, but he'll bang on you inside, fearless. You like this kid's game. It's almost like he's from Detroit or something.
Come on, shoot!
Green finds McGee. And stolen by Dunn. Drops in the breakaway layup. Dunn's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Knocked loose and stolen by Dunn. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. The pull-up, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Exceptional handles from Dunn. This guy doesn't lack confidence when it comes to dribbling the rock.
Bucks have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Lets a floater go. Carter with the block. The pass to Allen. Markkanen against Green. Shoots from 12. Good on the shot. And it's 6 points for Lauri Markkanen.
Shrugging off the defense. Markkanen knows he has the size to do damage inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Ulis. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's Redick on the wing. Guarded by Levine. Clock at 4. Trying to end the drought. And Allen with the block.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
There's the feed to Dunn. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists tonight.
just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Here's Ulis, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for the Bulls. Emmanuel Mudiay comes in for Chris Dunn. Allen dishes to Markkanen. He gets it in there. Markkanen's got 8 points.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. It's good.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Connaughton's checked in. For Milwaukee, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. Mudiay passed to Markkanen. Now here's Valentine. Defense is right there. Leans. Rebound by JaVale McGee. Bucks have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Levine. Now here's Antetokounmpo, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Chicago called for the foul. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
Thon Maker's checked in for Milwaukee. And slam dunk by Allen.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
And the Bucks, they're shooting it beautifully here in the third. 56% from the field. Antetokounmpo kicks to Ulis. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, they matched the slam at one end with an even bigger one at the other.
Ooh, maybe we'll get another one on this trip. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing.
1:41 left in the third. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
The layup missed.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Parker trying to free himself up. They get the rebound. Allen outside. Back to Parker. Pass to Marjanovic. Just 5 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Allen. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in. Allen's got 38 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Drew. Here's Snell. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Marjanovic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Parker finds Marjanovic. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Now here's Allen, guarded closely. Evans goes in, and Evans throws it down.
Such aggression on these takes inside. Evans is solid at penetrating and getting close to the bucket.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Maker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. To stop the run, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Dunn passes to Allen. Swiped it away. Here's Drew, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And so it's Chicago in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. This has been a one-sided matchup, and I don't see any signs of it lessening. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a pass.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. So the Bulls 5 right now. We've got Allen. Chris Dunn is out there with Evans. Then there's Carter. And it's Felicio in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Can't be too careful around Dunn. He's consistent at finding ways to swipe the ball away.
Here's Drew. Dunn covering. In the corner, Snell with it. Here's the floater. And the layup is good.
Ooh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Allen kicks to Dunn. The pass to Felicio. And he goes in for the dunk.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Here's Drew. Dunn covering. Now Lure. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C-Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well.
Right.
Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Great perspective on that topic. Dunn kicks to Allen. Back to Dunn. The leaner. Rebound, Milwaukee. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pulls it from the elbow. Drew misses.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
Bulls have gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Now the Bucks moving it up by himself. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to waste that effort. You want to cash in on these extra possessions. They certainly did that time.
From 13, shot is good off the back rim and in. Dunn's got 10 points in just the second half.
You at least got to honor Dunn's Jay. I mean, he's more than capable of sinking it in from those in-between spots.
Pass to Wilson. Here's Drew. Off target with his 3.
Well, he hasn't been very precise at all this week.
Dunn dishes to Allen. Passes to Felicio. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Allen, that's good.
Well, this is a different ball game without his scoring. He's been Mr. Reliable at the offensive end.
Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. No good with the triple. Bulls have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Allen passes to Dunn. Back to Allen. Here's Evans. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
DiVincenzo, covered by Evans. Wilson kicks to Snell. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
And here is Allen. Back to Evans. Dunn, right side. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. He can't get that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Wilson up top, nabbing another steal. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the ball away with just such ease.
Here's Allen, and he banks in the layup. Allen's got 45 points.
Look, he's driven him to this lead, and it doesn't look like he's going to ease up until the final whistle.
Here's Drew. Dunn covering. Wilson the pass to Snell. Here's Drew. Just 5 on the clock. They could use a bucket, and the shot goes down. Drew's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. See, Rab, I think of when you entered the league and how much the league has changed since your entry. In your mind, going back to your rookie year, I'm sure you can count many ways that the NBA has improved the game.
Yeah, and the NBA to me has always been a step ahead. It's been a leader as far as where sports in general should go. I mean, we're truly a global game now. Just imagine where the game is going to be in 20 years, the growth of overall player salaries, the value of franchises. And to me, again, the biggest improvement has just been the evolution of players. It's been thanking a guy like Larry Bird, who was 6'9", shooting threes, and today we have Kevin Durant, 7-foot shooting threes. It's players getting better. The dribbling of Isaiah Thomas back in the Piston days to the dribbling of Curry, Kyrie, John Wall. Today, it's the evolution of the players to me that's been so exciting, along with the growth of the league overall.
Count it.
And you have to admire his focus. Not a good matchup for him in terms of size differential.
Well, he has the ability to make some subtle adjustments. I mean, just create just enough space to get your shot off.
Here's Felicio, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against the Pacers in Indiana.
And for that game against the Trailblazers, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Lure. And the Bulls making a change also. Marjanovic is checked in. Good on the bucket.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
Allen kicks to Felicio. Kicks it out to Allen. Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big man. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footers. You also have better spacing, and so if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy, I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide-open shooter now, because of the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, you know, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
Makers checked in for Wilson. And a change for the Bulls. Blakeney's checked in. Allen for three. Milwaukee with the rebound. Maker's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Down low. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
Get back, get back.
Here's Blakeney. The basket good off the assist from Moutier.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
To the inside, Snell, and the rejection by Marjanovic. The shot's good from McGee.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Bulls moving the ball around. Allen passes to Blakeney. Moutier kicks to Allen. Compared to when you were playing C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, do you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. There's a lot more emphasis on the mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders. The Ben Wallaces, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be encompassed, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with the mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that. Carter, he's checked in for Valentine. Blakeney kicks to Allen. Lays it up off the glass. Allen's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Well, he's extremely accurate here, coming down the stretch, trying to see if he can close this one out.
And the rejection by Marjanovic. Moutier with the ball. It's stolen by Maker. Fast break, Milwaukee. DiVincenzo. That one wide left.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Here's Allen, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. C-Web, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
No, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
Here's Drew, defended by Moutier. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Here's Allen. And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. 8 seconds left in the game. Here's Snell. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin.